So last time on Dragon Ball Super NV, Vegeta under the watchful eyes of the Z Fighters revived Nappa after 20 years. But when Tien suddenly challenged the bold Saiyan to a battle to the death, Vegeta used his remaining wish to wish for Nappa to become the most naturally gifted Saiyan in history, resulting in Nappa mid-battle showing extreme growth, finally causing Tien to reveal his trump card, his Kaioken times 10. And in today's manga, we will see just how far the consequences of Vegeta's wish will truly go. But before we begin, support this video and channel by leaving a like right now as you're reading this and watching till the very end for its unexpected conclusion. Enjoy. So our story continues with Tien having just shockingly powered up to Kaioken times 10, with his muscles now having bulged to new limits and covered in veins. But equally as roided up, Nappa too watches on with a smile, and there's something a little unnerving about it. He seems completely unshaken by Tien, as though Tien was nothing but a mere ant who could do him no harm whatsoever, regardless of his improvements, saying, "This is interesting, I must say, for you may now look like how Kakarot did back then, but you're still just a weird looking human. Maybe if you were a Saiyan like him, I'd quiver a bit. But as you are, you're still nothing to me, Three Eyes. Give it up!" Tien though just smiles back, amused at Nappa's words. His voice is calm and collected as he says, "Ha! While you're usually wrong on so many accounts, today you're actually right in the fact that yes, I'm not Goku. But that just means I can use this technique in a completely different way to how he used it on you. One that you've never seen before, Nappa. One that you are completely unprepared to handle. Now look to your right." Huh? Nappa's eyes bulge in confusion. He has no idea what Tien is talking about. Not knowing what this means, he responds saying, "What did you say, Baldy? My right?" And then proceeds to slowly turn until... From out of nowhere, Nappa is immediately punched in the face by another Tien. The hit of course completely blindsides Nappa, who was too slow to put up even any kind of defense to it, sending him flying, with the power from the punch propelling him through the air until he crash lands in a nearby mountain. But Nappa is a formidable foe. It will take much more than a well-timed surprise punch to topple him. Immediately still sat in rubble, he mutters angrily, "Psh, now that was dirty, Three Eyes. I didn't know you wanted to fight like that." He eventually grabs the floor and gets back on his feet, but shockingly when he looks up, he notices the two Tiens standing side by side. He peers at them as though he were going mad. He begins to question them. "What the? Am I seeing this right? There's two of these damn freaks now! You've gotta be kidding me! What is this? Some kind of family reunion? Let me guess. You two think you're worthy to challenge me." But the original Tien just smirks and responds, "Ha! You Saiyans really are all as dumb as each other. And just when I thought Goku was the pinnacle. Allow me to be your teacher for the day, you big oaf. This is called multiform technique, something you'll rarely ever see Goku do. But this is one of my signature techniques. Consider it an honor to be alive again to see it." And at first, Nappa is angered by Tien's words, before suddenly, he spits on the floor as if controlling his rage, and subtly, a smile too forms on his face as aura begins to seep from his skin, and he says, "Multi what now? Please, spare me your ridiculous words, you freak. I couldn't care less whether there were one of you or a million of you. It would change absolutely nothing. You're still a weakling, and you'll always be a weakling. If anything, Destroying you twice will be twice the fun. A big grin on his face, Nappa instantly begins powering up once more, and seemingly the very fabric of reality itself begins to tremble. The air grows in intensity, the whole ground begins to shake and break wide open, and it feels as though Nappa is about to split the earth down the middle. Whoa! Even Goku is alarmed, impressed even, as not even in his wildest dreams did he expect Nappa to possess such a tremendous amount of power. Goku says, "His power level is going up again! This is absolutely crazy! I didn't know he had it in him! Just how far will it go, Vegeta?" But Vegeta is completely different to Goku, with even a signature cocky smile forming. Calm and collected, even though Nappa is standing before them and powering up to dangerous levels. He looks on at Goku and says, "Getting scared, Kakarot? You want to run away and hide? Give me a break. What else did you think was going to happen? This is the power expected of a Saiyan elite, and I'm sure Nappa is just getting started. So good luck to your little friend. I give him credit for mastering something like Kaioken with his earthling body. But it's about time he learned why the Saiyans were once the most feared warrior race in the entire universe." Tien and Nappa scream ready for blood and war, instantly clashing together with force. 2 Tiens versus 1 Nappa, with the Saiyan commenting, "So it's 2-on-1, is it? Hardly fair, but I guess you need all the help you can get." The three of them continue to collide, like a tsunami wave crashing onto rocks, and the air is electric as the three of them trade blows in all directions. Over and over, each warrior lands blows on each other, but it soon becomes clear one in particular is losing this battle. Soon it becomes too much for Tien's clone. With his power split, the second Tien falls to the floor unconscious, much to the shock of Tien's Shinhan. Damn it! Tien is surprised at how everything is unfolding. Never in a million years did he imagine that this is how things would turn out after all these years. He's struggling here and he doesn't like it, not one bit. He powers up in frustration and thinks to himself, "Damn, I didn't expect him to keep up like this. Of course, I knew he could fight, but not like this. If I don't win this soon, my Kaioken will destroy my body. I need to finish him now, or else I'll be the one that's finished for good." Nappa though seems happy with himself as he rushes in at the remaining Tien, a glint of happiness in his eyes as his smile beams, thinking, "Not even double teaming me could beat me, you rat. Do you have any idea the kind of fighter I am? What I'm capable of? You picked the wrong guy to fight. This is the day that you die, Three Eyes." Tien watches on as this brute steamrolls towards him, and he knows he's running out of options. He knows that his time is almost up. If he's going to do something about this, he's got to do it now. And without a word more, he throws his hands out before his face, stretches out his fingers and yells, "Solar Flare!" From him now erupting an enormous ball of light that turns brighter and brighter into a supernova as it begins to blind Nappa. There's nothing Nappa can do to stop its effect. He covers his burning eyes, screaming in pure agony, yelling, "Ah! It burns! My eyes! What have you done, you freak? I can't see anything!" But during the chaos and distraction, the second Tien takes advantage of this and flies back to the original Tien, where he fuses back into his body, finally making Tien whole again. Tien then breathes out and says, "I don't have any room for error. I can't make any mistakes. I'm going to need everything I have to win this. If I'm gonna pull this off, I'll need to do that technique. And suddenly, the muscles on Tien's back begin to move and swell with powerful energy. His whole body begins to transform, his veins and his muscles contracting and bulging with energy within until eventually... Tien shockingly shoots out 2 extra arms that begin to grow and bulge with muscular intensity, muttering in pain, "It's over, Nappa! Kaioken times 20! Powering up even further and yelling as now for sure his body is pushed to the very limits of human physiology. Huh? Tien? What? Nonsense! All this time? That Earthling was hiding this kind of power? But while Vegeta is less shocked, Tien had something like this up his sleeve, Goku is immediately concerned, trying to talk some sense into him. Tien, listen to me! This is insane! What are you trying to prove? Don't push your body too hard, or you could die! Kaioken times 20 is way too much! It's not worth it! Stop this madness before it's too late, Tien! But now pumped up to full power, Tien begins wildly beating down on the blinded Nappa, brutally striking and pummeling him from all directions, while the Saiyan remains helplessly defenseless. All the while Tien yells, "Ah!" Eventually, the assault ends with Nappa being uppercutted into the sky by Tien, instantly sending the lunking Saiyan far into the sky to the point of looking like a mere ant. With his target now where he wants, Tien calmly raises all of his 4 arms, thinking, "Easy does it. Time to finish this." And in stark contrast, suddenly a rage comes over Tien and he screams, "This is it! This is the end for you, Saiyan! I'll never forgive what you did!" Quad beam attack! Immediately blasting off an insanely large and powerful beam of ki that far surpasses the tri-beam before it. Within nanoseconds, the flying Nappa is blasted in the back and propelled like a rocket straight into the atmosphere, now just looking like a star in the sky, never to be seen again. Sensing the fight is now over, Tien begins to power down, his chest rising and falling rapidly, totally out of breath. With his energy gone, he can do nothing but fall to his knees. As he struggles to catch his breath, he says, "I did it! I finally did it!" And as he looks from below, now alone on the battlefield, he continues, "Over 20 years later, I showed him what I'm truly capable of, what an Earthling can do. I may have gone too far and killed him, but that scum didn't deserve to be here anyway. He didn't deserve any mercy from me. As far as I'm concerned, I had no choice." Tien, now relaxed, then turns to Goku, knowing he would be disappointed, and says, "I'm sorry, Goku. I know you probably hate what I've done, but I had to. You weren't there to experience the kind of pain he put me and Chaozu through." But curiously, Goku isn't really listening. His attention is elsewhere. He looks up the sky with his arms folded and says, "Sorry for what, Tien? I don't think this battle is quite over just yet." Huh? Tien is understandably in shock. He's confused at what Goku's even suggesting. He says, What do you mean this isn't over yet, Goku?" Before turning to the sky himself. Meanwhile, high up in the sky, almost in space, is Nappa as he's still being pushed by the beam, but his body is still intact. For a moment, it seems he is truly lifeless until... With a roar, Nappa's eyes violently open. Now with green eyes and blonde eyebrows, his moustache forcefully growing out into a golden beard. His muscles retch and bulge at every corner as he continues to growl with gritted teeth. 3 eyes! Elite Saiyan Nappa has finally become a Super Saiyan. With a thunderous roar, pure energy bursts forth from his body as he yells with a proud grin. Finally! Finally! Who knew a fight with such a freak was all I needed to become a Saiyan of legend? This is perfect! And in one fell swoop, now as if Tien's incredible attack was child's play, Nappa effortlessly knocks away Tien's ki-beam. Before rushing down maniacally at even greater speed than he was shot off into the sky. His eyes deadlocked in on Tien's Shinhan as he screams, "Time to say goodnight, 3 Eyes! You have no idea what you've done now, do you? You've awoken a true Super Saiyan!" Tien, meanwhile, stares up from below with shock and horror, muttering, "No! How could he survive that? How can he still have all this energy?" But at this point, he's so damaged and weakened from their fight that he can't do anything but accept what's coming. In his final moments, he just stands there, looking above in fear, thinking, "Is this really Nappa? How does he keep on getting stronger and stronger? Gave him everything I had. Everything! He should have been destroyed. Maybe he was on Goku and Vegeta's level after all." Goku, though, watching on, now finally fears for Tien. Fighting him earlier on was one thing, but Nappa under this new transformation is on a whole different level to Tien. "No! This isn't good, Vegeta! Your wish has made him a Super Saiyan already! He'll kill Tien at this rate! I've got to stop this!" But immediately, the cloth of Goku's clothes is grabbed, as Vegeta forcefully stops his intervention, saying, "Stop with your nonsense, Kakarot! This is not one of your earthling friends! This is Nappa, a Saiyan! This is his fight and his alone! It is not yours to intervene in whenever you want with your weakling mentality! Your bold earthling friend started this fight of his own accord, and he will deal with the consequences himself too. I warn you, Kakarot, take a step further and I'll do everything in my power to stop you. Leave these men to handle their own fights instead of coddling them like babies. For once, stop trying to be the main character and let them be the warriors they truly are." Goku, stunned by both Vegeta's words and threat of escalation, doesn't like what he hears, but he knows Vegeta is right. He finds himself with no choice but to remain silent for now. But Nappa at this point has travelled so fast in the midst of their chat that he has already landed straight on Tien. The end of one of Earth's greatest warriors has seemingly come. Until, that is, the smoke dissipates and Tien is still visible, wide-eyed in shock, but without another scratch on him, as he mutters, What happened? Is that you?" While Nappa reacts completely differently, shouting, "What? Who the hell is this? What gives you the right to interrupt my finishing blow? Do you have any idea who I am, brat?" And standing there calmly, stopping Nappa with just one hand, is Gohan, staring deep into Nappa's eyes and letting out, "That's enough. Your fight is now with me, Nappa." But that was it for today's video, guys, and if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag GoatHan in the comments down below and let me know what you want to happen in part 4 of this story going forward. Will Gohan be enough, or will Nappa ascend again? If you want to fund another chapter, just support me on my Patreon for as little as $3 and receive a ton of manga goodies in return. And if you want to just watch more of my content, just click on one of these 2 videos on the right now. Until next video, guys, cheers.